My name is Ronny Haufe. I'm responsible for building up and exploring the opportunity in an area we own. But my prime work is to develop a group consisting of different companies. And through this presentation, I give you some example of what we are doing, what kind of business we are involved with, but all of them have one thing in common, and that is the industry within the green sector. So hopefully after the presentation you have a better understanding of what we are doing and who we are. So I think I will touch upon subjects like direct air capture, carbon reduction companies, CCU companies, bio, and also hydrogen, which we also are involved in, and hopefully give some example of what we are trying to reach in Øygarden, just outside Bergen. So if it's okay, I just start with the presentation and go through that, and as I understand, we have afterwards some question towards the presentation.
That's okay.
Yep. Okay. Okay. The picture is I'm showing you is approximately 1.5 years old. This was and is the area where the Northern Light and the first CCS capture and storage of CO2 will be located. And you see in the front here, all this area here with the sea is now covered by rocks, because all of the ground is blasted, and it's going very quick now. Skanska, who was the operator in the start, has moved out of the energy park, and now we see that Aker Solutions is having their entrance, and they will be responsible for building up the facility with the tanks and administration building, etc. So it's going to happen here. In the background, you see Gassnor. They are doing LNG, and you also see Movi and ourselves. We have the key area, and this is a part of the energy park. I was involved, and I wrote the agreement that ended up in the establishment of the Northern Lights. So that was in 2017 in November. And from that moment, I started to look at the energy park. What can we do in the energy park if the Northern Light one time in the future should establish themselves here? So what I'm going to show you is more or less the result of that start in the end of 2017 and until today. We mean, and we still mean that, Kristin, that this is the best location if you are doing activity within direct air capture, and that is obviously due to the fact that the CCS will be located here, but also for bio industry, but also for all those local and regional company that wants to reduce or capture the CO2. This is the place to be, because then you will reduce all your logistics and administration costs, because you will be close to the delivery point, and that is very, very important when you're talking about the total value chain, because if you are industry, you always seek to have as effective, cost-effective solution as possible. So we have a belief in CCU industry, all industry that want to use the captured CO2, and this will be a CO2 that will be very, very clean, and therefore are very suitable for different kind of the industry, for example, protein and so on. We have we are in a phase where we will have a pilot within making clean hydrogen based on natural gas. That is our own company. So we are moving forward with that. So in the end of this year, hopefully we will start the production and test production of hydrogen. And that is almost 2 years too early if you look at the CCS, because they are not ready to receive that captured CO2. But we are talking to a different kind of industry that would love to use that CO2 in order to make even better products. So what is CCB Energy's role? Because this is a totally individual and independent group of company. So it's not the ordinary CCB. This is a total new group. So we have started in 2019 and 20 in order to build up a new group of companies. And what you see here is among those areas we will find ourselves during this travel we are going through. So property management, logistics and warehouse and security, that is something we already have up to 50 years of experience. But now we have moved into hydrogen production, but also you will find us within liquefaction of CO2 and purification within CO2. You might also see that we are fully capable of delivering inspection, repair, maintenance, and do the installation for our future industry, and also within sales and distribution of the products. So what I now have tried to tell you is that the CCB, which is the original company that some of you might know about, they started in 1974. And through that travel up to establishing CCB Energy, you see there has been, of course, a lot of more steps than I'm presenting you, but some of them I might be a kind of a proof that our owners are not only willing to, but they're also willing to use a lot of money to be a first runner. So we were the first in Norway to deliver LNG towards the supply vessels, and that was at Ågotnes. And Ågotnes is the same location that the harbor, the Bergen harbor, will move to during the next 5 years. So out here we had in an early phase delivering of LNG. In 2014, we were the first location in Norway that applied and achieved support by Enova in order to provide onshore power supply. So when a vessel arrives Ågotnes, they can cut their fossil-driven engine and use onshore power instead. And that reduced the noise, but it also reduced the cost related to fuel and also, of course, a significant reduction of the CO2 during stay at our harbor. So we are actually the place in Norway who deliver most of onshore power supply towards the vessel. We have only a maximum capacity of 2 megawatts, so we have only 4 units out here. And I can tell you that Able, which are another yard, they have a capacity of 40 megawatt, but they deliver 50% less than we deliver within our capacity. So that shows you and other that we have reached the full potential of such kind of activity. In 2017, I was involved and I wrote the today's agreement, which led to the Northern Light, and this is the largest investment towards the climate on behalf of the Norwegian government. I think approximately 25 billion NOK was the total budget, including not only reception and deposit of CO2, but also the transport of CO2, and also one large capture facility at Norcem in the southern part of Norway. So that together is Project Longship, and they have their location in the energy park. We changed the name to the Energy Park from Naturgasparken due to different reasons. One of those was that there is a negative view towards the oil and to the gas industry, and you got new challenge like funding and etc. if you are doing activity within that. But I think the name we have is a very suitable name due to the fact what is going to happen. And as you see, we established CCB Energy, which I represent. We achieved support from Enova to the pilot of hydrogen. And as you see, in 2021, we really went on with the construction phase. So per today, we see that a lot of the infrastructure and the steel are now manufactured at in Holland, and we are awaiting the first delivery of the facility in the end of September this year, and then we install it and we start the testing. So this is where we are moving. We hope to prove that the technology we are supporting made and it's a technology of seg power will show that this is the right way to do. This will have a significant high grade of capturing of CO2. And if anybody of you wonder, are we within the new definition and expectation by the European Union? Yes, we are far below the future demand if you can call your or name your product as a clean hydrogen. So for all of you who maybe want to say that the only green or the clean hydrogen is made from electrolysis, well, we are fully capable of delivering clean hydrogen also done by natural gas. So of course that is important for us. Okay, this slide shows you what we're trying to achieve. As you see, there are no company name, only activity names, and this kind of circle surrounding a lot of activity that we have been talking to through the last 3 years. Some of them we have maybe not speak more than 2 years, but a lot of them we have a very long traveling together with already. So we are seeking to make biogas, and the biogas will be done by the disposal from the fish farmer. And we have a lot of communication towards the direct air capture industry. So I think more or less all of them, the large one in Europe and worldwide are interesting in looking for opportunity in the energy park. And the main reason is, of course, that we have this CCS location and it's going to be operating from 2024. But you also see within all this, you see that we are looking into industry that are doing a kind of reduction of the CO2. They also are producing a lot of heat. So all the lines you are seeing on the picture is not made on a nice evening with too much to drink, but all these are different color. Showing different kind of energy that is moving between the companies. So we are very interesting when we talk to a company. What are your core business, and do you have other products that come as a consequence of what you are achieving to do? So when we hear a company, yes, I'm going to do this kind of product, but I have too much oxygen, so I had to let it out. No, you must not, because we have another company that we need that oxygen, or need that clean hydrogen, or need that other heat, for example. So we try to connect them. We try to gathering them on the same table in order to reduce some of the capital risk they are meeting when they start establishing themselves. So this is very important for us to help all the industry that want to establish themselves, maybe see what can we do in order to give them a lower, easier entrance. So you see a lot of green industry here gathering, And I can promise you, I do speak with a lot of other companies, but since I'm not sure if they have the capital or financial substance in order to establish themselves, I don't want to introduce them on this slide before we see that now we believe that it's a huge possibility that they will move in. For the hydrogen, I already told you, we believe and we have the confidence that this is the right place if you are looking to make hydrogen from natural gas. And the reason for that is that on the western part, only 800 to 1,000 meter far from the energy park, we have the natural gas process facility, and it goes also, it is 2 pipelines going through the energy park, which make it very easy and very cost effective for us to use that in order to make the hydrogen. And as you see, we don't have a far distance to deliver the CO2. So we are going to build in the future pipelines to deliver directly into the CCS. So, and through our owners, which I haven't mentioned to you, we have North Sea Group and Bernhard Larsen Holding, and through them and through CCB, we have a lot of location along the Norwegian coast, which make it even more politely and also interesting case for all the vessel owners that want to invest into hydrogen, because then they see, okay, they are capable not only to produce the hydrogen, but they're capable also to deliver it all over the Norwegian coastline. So this is one of the reasons we moved into it. I know that some of you are heavily involved in CO2, and I was maybe the only one from Norway that was officially invited to Iceland when Climeworks established their first, and I think it's the first commercial duct facility in the world. It was introduced in the autumn 21. You see a picture here. I took it myself in the area, and we have already had several visiting from them in our energy park. But we also have other companies that are very interesting, and some of these names you may know from the publicity and etc. For those 2 companies mentioned here, one common owner is Bill Gates, so he is very well known of Øygarden and Energy Park. He is a private investor in one of them, and he's using Microsoft as an investor in the other. So hopefully we will see both of them in the same location, but they're a different kind of technology. I want to show you, and I try to do it fast now in the end, show you some of the value chain we are trying to achieve and to develop. This is showing you one simplified example within the bio, where you see, but we are capable of making biogas from bio-waste. And through using that biogas into, for example, the pilot we are building now, we can make clean hydrogen, and also we can take the captured CO2, and both of them are substances that are mostly wanted if you are doing activity within the protein and vitamin, which lead you to make within the food or feeding of the fish. You can also do it towards human, etc. But in this case, just to show you the circular, we go from fish feed to the marine farming. If you're doing within fish farming or you're doing in shrimp, etc. And from them, we have the bio-waste, and you are back and you have the circularity through that value chain. And the same is regarding all of those kind of activity connected to the captured CO2, the direct air capture industry, but also all the industry that is capable of building up outside Bergen in the western part of Norway, and not only, of course, in Øygarden, but other places. They need to capture the CO2. They need to use the CO2, etc. And as you see here, we are looking forward to having those who are capable of reducing the CO2 from industry, but also those are capable of capturing the CO2, which ourselves has been doing a bad job, because we have driven fossil-driven cars, and we have been drinking beer and lemonade, and all of those products use a lot of CO2. But as you see, we are looking in how can we do that, and as you see, it will be a lot of products for all of them who are trying to find new ways of using clean captured CO2. And some of them are very much climate friendly than they use today. So we are talking to protein and jet fuel and so on, and greenhouse and many more. For the hydrogen, here we try to show you what we are doing. We are doing within either biogas or by natural gas. We are making the compressed hydrogen, and as you may know, the hydrogen can lead to different kind of energy transmitters, like methanol, bimethanol, allulose, the liquefied hydrogen, or ammonia. Ammonia per today seems to be the direction for maritime transport, or methanol. And to the road transport, we see more compressed hydrogen as a lot of those we are communicating with are showing us these kind of tendency within the hydrogen. This picture summarizes a lot of what I'm trying to tell you. At Energy Park in Øygarden, this is a picture showing you a lot of those kind of activity we would like to see there. We are talking to most of them, and we try to find the synergy between them in order to make it easier for them to start up, and also reduce the cost when they start up. So this is only a picture to show the connection between them. And through the latest 2 years, we have slowly achieved more attention, and this is very important. This is also one of the things I'm very motivated in order to inform you about what we are doing, because we need, and we will need in the future, the attention, because either these kind of industry are not looking at Norway at all. So it's important also to inform and give our kind of a marketing for the energy park. And at the end here, I have already told you, but this shows you the corporate structure consisting of my owners, Bernard Larsen Holding and Norse Group. And behind Norse Group, it might be of interest that you know that Wilhelmsen New Energy, and this is the Wilhelmsen's green energy industry. So in the company I am CEO for, the top manager for Wilhelmsen New Energy, he is a board member in my company. So that shows you also the focus and the interest and engagement that my owners have to what we are doing. And all of those subsidiaries is company that's already established and already ongoing, from producing hydrogen to management, logistic, distribution, but also to operate the future process facility at the energy base. And those two here are the property management. And that is also important to tell you that we own the area together with the municipality of Øygarden. But we have an agreement to be the business developer and the company that communicate with everybody in order to achieve that synergy. So the municipality own 25% and up to 50% in these two companies, and the rest, my company, CCB Energy, own the rest. So, but together with the municipality, we make a very good private-public cooperation in order to achieve future working places and so on. So with that, I end my presentation.